As you're going along in your tuning, doing unisons, and you notice a string is in perfect tune, well, ask yourself, is it really? Or perhaps the string is being missed by the hammer. You have bad hammer alignment. If you're tuning a grand and it's the string on the right in most cases, pressing the una corda pedal will allow you to play that string and tune it. Of course, you need to tune the string whether or not it's being played. But in this case, we have bad hammer alignment with this upright piano. And this is a Yamaha console. And several of the hammers are far out of alignment. Until I get to this one, it looks pretty well centered. So we're going to look at correcting that. I have a regulating screwdriver, which is handy because it has a little notch at the blade of the screwdriver that allows me to hook the jack back out of the way to reach the hammer butt screw. So let's just take a look at that. So this hammer has pretty good alignment. The next one is off center to the left, almost missing the right string. It's easiest to see at the first hammer at the break in the action. So I'm going to just come in here with the screwdriver, pull that jack out of the way, which allows me to get on that hammer butt flange screw. And then I can loosen that, adjust the hammer, and tighten the screw back into position. Okay, this A, that hammer's pretty well aligned, but its neighbor is out of whack, and it makes it impossible to get the other hammers to the left aligned. So I'm going to sneak in there, pull the jack out of the way with my screwdriver, loosen that screw on the hammer flange, and tighten it back up, and there we go. That hammer is nicely aligned now. Because of the warping of the stems, the hammers may not look straight, but what is most important is that they're striking the strings accurately. Make sure the hammers aren't making contact with one another, or your pianist will perceive a sticking key when the hammer doesn't come back correctly. It's going to be necessary to hold the hammer a little further as you tighten the screw so that it recoils back to its final position. When you're going through this process of aligning hammers, you might as well just check all of the screws to make sure that they're tight. In the case of this piano, I'm finding that most of these screws are not even close to being as tight as they should be. When you're finished, if the hammers don't look straight, even though they are making perfect contact with the strings, it's because the shanks are probably warped. That can be corrected with heat, but it's mainly in this case a cosmetic issue that we're not going to be concerned about. We're more concerned about the quality of the sound in this instrument than we are the visual appeal of the hammer alignment. Once you've finished your work, make sure to go through and carefully check that no hammers are making contact with their neighbor.